previous videos we looked at how we can use the cut, copy and paste commands to move data from one area of our worksheet to another. In this section we're going to have a look at the extended functionality of the copy-paste, and we're going to understand something called paste special. So ordinarily when we copy data, we copy everything that is in the cell and any formats that are applied to the cell. In fact, the cell itself contains lots of different types of data. It has a color property associated with it. It has a formula property. There's lots of different properties attached to each one of the cells in the worksheet. And what we can do is we can choose to selectively paste some of those properties, if you like, and not others. So the best way to demonstrate this is to just jump straight in with an example. We've already seen how we can use the right-click copy method or copy-paste, so I could take a block of text from here, right-click, copy, find another location and paste. By default we'll be using this button here, the typical paste, equivalent to simply pressing Ctrl V. We'll notice that all of the information and the properties, so the color, the number format and the contents of the cells have all been copied across. Well, what if we just wanted to copy across some of the information without the actual formatting? Let's take a look at this particular little table. It's pretty uncomfortable to look at, but in some situations, particularly on websites, we find data in this kind of format that makes it actually quite difficult to understand what is happening with the data. So if I wanted to extract the data from this table but not its formatting, I might want to copy, paste special and just retain values. First of all, I start by copying the data. I find the location that I want to place my data, use the right click button, and instead of using the normal paste, I'm going to use this paste with a 1, 2, 3 on it. The 1, 2, 3 way is a little graphical way of displaying the fact that we are pasting just the numbers, or just the values in this case. You'll also see there's a little tooltip has appeared with the information values in bracket V. Let's click on that button and see what happens. So you can now see that using the paste special values, I have the same information as I had in the original table, but none of the formatting. This can be slightly inconvenient. I've even lost the date formatting. But at the same time, my data is much more readable, and if I want to reapply any formats, I can certainly do that. In some situations, I want to do the opposite. I have in fact got some unformatted data that I perhaps got from a database, some export tool that was produced by another piece of software, and I want to actually apply some nice styles and formatting that I've already got in a template format onto my unformatted data. So let's assume I get this standardized report every month in this very simple crude format with no formatting. I know already how I want to format it because I've done it the previous month. So instead of applying all of those formatting rules individually, I can go to my source data, copy the entire range which already has my formatting, copy, and here I'm going to use a different type of paste special. I right click and I look for the value that contains the numbers with a paintbrush, or the percentage sign with a paintbrush. That is telling me that Excel is going to paste number formatting and color formatting or font formatting, that kind of thing. If I just go ahead and press that button, we will see that all of the formatting from this table has been applied to my new table. Now, in actuality, you may be saying, well, is that really a demonstration? Because this data looks the same to me. So let's just prove quickly that this is not affecting the data and is simply just overwriting the format. So here quite clearly we have different data. I'm going to take my original source data, copy, and paste special formats. You can see my column full of Joneses still remains as column full of Joneses, but all the formatting from the original table has been applied to the new table. There's one other way to achieve this effect, and that is with something called the Format Painter. The Format Painter effectively is a copy-paste that only selects or only copies across your formatting, and can be very useful for situations such as these. So in the same way, I'm going to select my original data or my source data from which I want to collect formatting. I'll click on the Format Painter. You'll now see that the Format Painter is activated. It's telling me that there is formatting information in the clipboard. I now go to my destination data where I want to apply the formatting, and you can see next to the cursor, next to my little plus sign, I have a little paintbrush telling me I'm in Format Painter mode. As I click, the formatting from my previous table is copied across to the new table. This has various applications and it's a very handy shortcut for copying across formatting. The final thing for this video is to show you how to use some shortcuts that achieve exactly the same results. Again, here I'm going to select my original data, but now I'm going to use the shortcut Control-C. You can see my copy is activated because we have the marching ants surrounding my range. I will find a new blank area in which to put my data, and in this situation I'm going to apply the values only. To do this, I'm going to press Alt-ESV. This has displayed the Paste Special options menu. Here I have a whole wide variety of different ways I can paste special, but the one I'm interested in is the values option. Hence, when I typed Alt-ESV, the V referred to values. From here I can just click Enter or hit OK. As you can see, the data has been copied across without the formatting, replicating the same paste special values we achieved before. Now let's try and copy the formatting with the same shortcuts. Go to my source data, Control-C, find an area I want to format, and this time I'm going to press EST. Because the F is already taken up by formulas, formats is represented by the T, and you can see that T is underlined in the shortcut. From here again, I can click OK, or simply hit the Enter key. Now, this is truly just an introduction to Paste Special. As we've seen from the Paste Special menu, which is accessible here, there's a very wide variety of properties that we can copy from one cell to another. This will be explored in more advanced video sessions, or feel free to explore them for yourself.